In today's discussion, I'm going to be talking to you about how I trade EURUSD using the volume profile as part of my analysis. And we're going to pick up from where we left off roughly about 6 days ago, which was last week Friday when I did a video. And we're going to see what has kind of taken place from the time I did the video up until now, as well as what we expect to happen moving forward. So let's get into it. So in the last video, what I basically talked about with you guys was that price was still moving in the upward direction, and this was the move that we thought was going to be happening at the very beginning. So this move of price going up, price has been in this direction for since last week and also this week as well. We had a small pullback yesterday, right? That was because we had data come out yesterday due to the holiday in America today. Due to the holiday, I think it's a holiday, 4th of July. Yeah, holiday in America today, right? So NFP came out yesterday. It moved market down, but as we can see, today's candle is kind of pushing up. And the chart that we're looking at right now is the daily, right? Because remember, this is a swing trading this is a swing trading channel. So we look at the higher time frame more than we look at the lower time frame. Lower time frame, we mainly look at that just to spot locations that might be viable for entries or exits. But in the overall, we're mainly looking at the higher time frame, and I think the day is the best for that. So as we can see, price is in the direction of pushing up. I laid down in last week's video a number of levels that if they were taken out, actions that we would take. These are the levels in question, and as you can see, every single one of them have been taken out. So all of this is kind of clear. So if you watched last week's video, you would have got some gems, because what I said was going to take place took place, and we're still moving in the upwards direction, which is fantastic. So for that, we're just going to jump into a lower time frame, jump into the hour. I'm just going to have a look to see how these levels were taken out. So I believe, looking at how this overall situation is looking, I believe I may have said something, because I haven't really gone back to watch last week's video as to exactly what I said and how I said it. So I would say that I know that I definitely would have said that if this level up here is taken out, you should consider looking for longs. And also as well, I could have said maybe if this consolidation in this area broke down, then maybe you want to consider this level here for your potential sales to the downside. So the top side kind of kicked in, so that's the valid one. So we're going to get rid of all of these for now. And we're also going to get rid of this as well, because you no longer need that. We've just discussed it. The previous high that we looked at, which is this number right here in corresponding to this location, which is a weekly high, that too has been taken out. So obviously everything that we talked about in last week's video has all transpired in the positive direction. So if you was watching that and you did your analysis and you came to the same conclusion that I did when I did my analysis, chances are you're in profit right now, which is fantastic. That's the kind of news that I want to hear. So with that said, we're going to get into what we should be expecting moving forward in regards to what the EURUSD could possibly do and how we need to prepare for that. Because remember, market is always changing. So just because it's going in that upward trajectory right now, it doesn't mean it's going to stay in that direction. And we want to make sure the possibility of it turning around, we always have our best foot forward for that. So I think I'm trying to work out if I need this channel up here or if I need to get rid of it. Okay, we'll keep it like this for now. I think I've got another channel that I could add on, a much better one. Okay, so we'll hold it like this for now. right? Let me just bear me a moment. Let me go back to the day for a second. I don't think this channel is done right. Let me do it like this, because I think it's a lot bigger. Yeah, let's do it like this. Okay, now it's beginning to make sense. This is now looking proper. This is now looking proper. Another thing as well, when you're actually doing your drawings and your charts, just always bear in mind that just because you put it there, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a good drawing that you've done, right? So always be prepared and be willing to adjust it if needs be. Okay, so we've got the adjustment in place now. This makes a lot of sense, supposing to the one I had on not too long ago. Okay, so now that we've got that all locked in place, okay, let me bring in, nope, sorry, let me bring in okay, so last week, one of the key things that we would have noticed is the low value node area over here, price leaving that location, weekly high being taken out. Okay, so we got those two down. So we can say here that the weekly low of last week was in an interesting location, which was in a low value node area of the volume profile. Okay, but by the time this is taking place and when I was doing the recording, a good couple of days has passed, so we're just putting this out there as more as of a reference than anything, right? The Friday after the recording is when we got the weekly high locked in, right? So that would have been on the close on the Friday. So that's when we had the weekly high locked in. That weekly high was taken out on the Monday. Okay, so you would have had a good number of days of being profitable until you went somewhat negative, which would have been yesterday, and then now you would have been back profitable again, right? At the same time of that taking place, we have a channel up here. So we got a channel going on in this location right now. The price is kind of like playing in, right? And let's see if we can spot other additional areas of interest. And we can clearly see, let me fix this. Okay, all right, so we've got a channel up here. I'm just going to pop back into the day real quick just to see where this volume profile is derived from and if I need to push it back further, because the point of control is right here right now, but we can see all the action is taking place up here. So what I might need to do is just adjust this slightly so it can give us new values that we can work from. Oh, it doesn't like that. It does not like that. It does not like that. Okay, so the most we can do is take it from here. All right, so from this level up here, it does get a bit interesting, but we will figure it out. We will figure it out. Okay, so I thought I could take the volume profile further back, but unfortunately I cannot. This little gray box that we're looking at right here, or blue box, right? Because it's not all colors that I can see, by the way. So if I said it and the color's different, don't get mad at me. It's just what it is, right? Okay, so like I said, it's not all colors I can see. So okay, so what we've got here is we have a low value node in this area right here, right? We have a low value node in this area right here. Price is now in the low value area of the volume profile. So just to give you a bit of a helping hand, if you don't know already, because I have been talking about this a fair bit. This is the high value area of the volume profile. These are the borders for that high value area. This area down here is a low value area. This area up here is a low value area. The nodes are still useful, so the low value nodes are still useful, but it's just to help you kind of orient yourself to know that we are in a low value area of the volume profile. So we should kind of be expecting price to want to do some type of a pullback. Reason being is that at the level where it's at right now, it starts to become more attracted to the volume profile. I mean, sorry, to the point of control. But however, I think this has moved a bit, right? But the data that I'm deriving from won't really allow me to pull in additional information to confirm if this point of control has indeed moved. But I believe it has, but we just can't see it on the screen as of yet. So as it stands right now, we're operating a little bit blind in terms of what we're doing and how we're doing it. So basically, this is how I will play this entire game moving forward, right? If you're in, you're in. Don't really touch it. Don't touch your trade unless if you're just adjusting your trailing stop to make sure that obviously you don't get caught slipping. So if you got in based on, so last week's Friday, so if you got in, say on Friday after if you got in on a Monday after the Friday video, based on the technicals that I did and it all made sense to you, that's great. But however, you kind of want to try to safeguard your trades now. Now you could do something now in terms of bringing a trailing stop to lock in profits you've already gained, or you could adjust your stop. So in case there is anything, if anything happens over the weekend, you can kind of safeguard yourself in a way where you don't really get caught holding the bag too much. But these are things you're going to have to decide on your own in your own time right after watching. So if you're thinking about taking long positions in this trade right now, okay, I would want to wait in this area right here for buys to the upside. So price may want to come back into this zone right here, okay, which is the low value node area, to test this level before it blasts off to the upside, right? So how I would do this is I would say if price comes down to this level right here, right, so that would be right inside of the low value node of the volume profile, and the price point that we will be looking at is 1.16858. okay, you might want to consider preparing yourself to jump in, especially if it moves away from that location. Okay, at the same time, if price closes below, okay, what we want to do is that when we get a close above or below a low value node, let's get into the habit of waiting for a retest, right? Because I think that will help us a lot more than just jumping in because it has got into it. Let's just try and wait for a retest. So if price closes below this low value node area, and that price point is 1.16241, okay, let's wait for a retest before we consider joining it, right? So if you set your alerts gone over it, you're now alerted, Wait to see if it comes back into it again. If it does, then jump in. If it doesn't, you will get another opportunity. You don't FOMO into anything, right? We've gone past that point now. We actually know what it is that we're doing, so let's start to behave like we know what it is that we're doing. Because one thing I can always tell you is this: the market is always going to be here. The market is always going to be here, so there's no need to FOMO into anything, right? Just take your time, wait for the setup, and get in. Now, say you can't wait, you cannot wait, or for whatever reason you've missed the move in this direction over here. The next safe move to get into this trade, okay, the next safe move to get into this trade is to use the swing high as the indicator to guide you in, okay? So providing this descendo channel breaks, so that is, it's done this thing, it's come all the way into this low value node area. Now it blasts off some way, somehow you managed to miss the whole thing, which is fine, it happens. I would say wait for this level to be taken out up here. If that level is taken out, and that is 1.18290, okay, at that point you may consider wanting to jump in. And with me, because obviously I would be thinking of this jumping in, and I don't really have any. Oh, I do actually. We've got a low value node right up here. We've got a low value node right up here. It's tiny. Right, so same rules. It's not a straight jump in. We wait for a blast through, a retest, and then we're in. Now a retest can look like something like this, right? Because we've got one here as an example to show you guys. A retest could look like this. What's going on in this area right here, right? Where price has gone through, it's come back to retest, it's shot off again, it's come back again to retest, it's shot off again, it's come back for a retest, it's shot off again, it come back for a retest, and then it took off, right? So, and this took place between Thursday and the Friday. So this is how a retest normally looks like. Sometimes it's just one tap, sometimes it could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5, but bottom line is, if you're in at the level of the retest, chances are your drawdown will be minimal, okay? It would be minimal. So with that all said and done, okay, if you stayed with the video up until now, I definitely thank you for doing so, okay? Make sure you do all the cool things that you're supposed to do, right? And I will see you all on the next one. So there'll be a video coming out tomorrow as well, so make sure you look out for that one. And yeah, I wish you the best of luck with all your trades, and I will see you all on the next one.